Good morning and welcome to Sunday Soul Talks with Lori Tibertot. I was all set up to be outside, and then I heard the thunder, and I looked up, and the sky was black, and it's now getting windy. So it was perfect that I came in. And the last time I did this, sat in this position in Peter's chair, looking outside, uh, I had my old glasses and I remember fighting with the glare. So this time I got glasses that have zero glare or anti glare or whatever. I could see some glare, but you can still see my eyes. It's pretty cool. I think that's going to have to be a thing if I'm going to keep doing these. Anyway, I also wanted to say I had some people say that a few weeks ago, at the end of my talk, I said we were going to church. So I had some comments saying, "You're going to church?" Well, it wasn't really. My sister has parties sometime. Bye. On Sundays. Sometimes on Sundays. Ooh, here comes the wind. And she calls it church. And it is not. Kevin is the pastor. Her husband is the pastor. And it's just everybody getting together, in the summer, especially because, you know, most people are inside most of the summer. Here, it's just opposite from the cold states. It's just too hot to be outside unless you're around a pool, which is what everybody's hanging out. She's got a pretty cool pool, like a lazy river. So everybody brings a dish, and it's a fun thing. It's definitely not church because everybody's drinking and other activities. Anyway, it's fun, innocent fun. And here comes the rain. Oh my gosh, I can see it. It hasn't hit. I can see it coming. That's the cool thing about Florida. Hi, Cher. It's raining over there, but it's not raining here yet. But it's coming. It's coming. You know those ponds out there, Cher? Oh, here it comes. Now it's here. It's coming sideways. Yeah. Probably going to hear some thunder. See some lightning. Anyway, good morning, Cher. Um, oh, I will give you an update on Cher's baby. Her granddaughter, Lily. She's up to 6 pounds, maybe even more than 6 pounds. She's home. She's finally hit her birth time, her 40 weeks. I think she went home a little before 40 weeks. But she was born a pound something, so little. And I asked everybody to send her love. And oh my God, she is doing great. She's still on oxygen, but she's 7 pounds. Oh, yeah. Awesome. Good morning, Cynthia. Good to see you. It is coming down sideways now. But see, there's no glare, hardly any glare. You can see my eyes in this with these new glasses. I love them. Anyway, I also wanted to say a couple weeks ago in one of my classes, I was in a challenge, a class where kids are challenged. She's weaning off oxygen. That's going to be a huge milestone not to have her connected to the oxygen. Oh my God, you're going to be able to just pick her up and take her just like a normal baby. Woohoo! I'm happy for all of you guys, including her. She's going to know she's her Grammy. But anyway, I was in this class. One of the girls, okay, so they were all range ages. And they were all challenged. Like this one little boy was deaf, and he only spoke Portugal if he was able to speak. So there was zero communication with me and him. Hi, Dee. Good morning. Glad to see you here, Dee. Um, so this one girl, she was 11, and I don't know what her issue. I communicated with her beautifully. She was very tall, thin, young lady. She was 11. I think she said 11, 11 or 12. And she's, after about, I don't know, an hour in the classroom, she goes, "Do you drink coffee?" And I said, "No, why?" She was right next to me, so I thought maybe I had bad breath or something. My automatic thoughts was, I have, and she goes, "No, but you seem like you have coffee." I said, "Do you think I need some?" She goes, "Nope." Hi, Jeannie. Yay, Sherry. Jeannie says, "Yay, Sherry." Yeah, the baby's doing great. Anyway, um, so those are the two things, the church and the girl, that I has been on my mind that I wanted to share. But so I also wanted to share with Sherry and Jeannie that Christina has to drive back down here. So she's having Phoebe and I go up there to drive back with her to New York. So I just wanted you to know that, Jeannie. It's just going to be a few days of going to New York, packing all the stuff in her car. I don't know how it's going to fit in there, plus us, but we'll see. My box never came. I left Christina with a box to mail for me because I didn't want to put it in my carry-on because my carry-on is a carry, 7 pounds, yeah. And so I don't. She hasn't mailed it yet. It's been to her place and other places because she hasn't mailed it. So now I'm gonna actually bring it back with me, or mail it because there's not gonna be enough room in that car. Anyway, some of her stuff is going to stay up there because Christina's probably going to stay in New York. She's not going to be a Florida resident anymore. So I know, Jeannie. Anyway, so um, she's not. She's going to be staying either at Lynn's or my place when she comes back here until because she's got to figure out everything. So this was an interesting week. Another interesting week when you are substitute teaching in places that you don't. I have no clue, first of all, where the school is, never mind what I'm going to be teaching or how. I have an average of the age. I have an average idea of the age, but they write stuff in code on this app that I check, and when I check the app, what I do is find out how far away it is. If it's more than 15, 20 minutes away, I'm not taking it because they want me to go to Lehigh. Actually, one was on Sanibel, which was going to take 45 minutes to get there. I don't think so. So, um, there was one this actually two. They told me to park in a certain spot, and I didn't know how. I don't know how to get in these schools. So here I am. I'm asking the guy who's doing the lawn, who doesn't speak English. He's Spanish. It would behoove me to speak Spanish, I think, because some of these kids don't speak English. Yeah, I don't know about that. Well, it looks like we're not going to have thunder because it looks like it's getting better. Anyway, so I got out there. I got to this school, and this guy, I didn't know how to get in. So I'm seeing fences because schools are all barricaded behind bars and fences, and it's crazy what the schools have to go through. Apparently, somebody said that there was 30 shootings in a month. They haven't even been in school in a month, come to think of it, yet. No, they haven't. So that's not true. That's not true because it's not a month. Anyway, apparently the shootings are what? I don't know. I don't know about that. What? We're not going to get the guns out of people's hands. I just don't understand. I can bring your suitcase in my car when it ships to Florida. I'm not following that. Jamie, help me. Actually, we'll talk about this after yours. um, so I finally the guy tells me I gotta go to get to the office. I gotta go across the whole school out there. I go over there. I finally run into somebody on the other side of the fence, inside the fence, and she says, "No, there's an open gate where you came from." Okay, so I go back and I get in, and I find somebody who takes me to the office. Thank God. So I get in the office, and she's trying to tell me what I have to do, and it's involved, and I have to be split up. I'm not staying in one class. I'm going to a bunch of classes for different periods because this is middle school, and middle school is what they told us not to take if you're brand new. And now I know. Thought Christina had your suitcase. No. She has a box that I didn't bring. It just has. She she brought us a bunch of things when we got up there. She got us a beautiful, big, beautiful towel and a poncho thing that comes from. It was just too much. It didn't fit because you know me, I carry it very lightly. Nothing she gave us could go in it. So I just said I'll just mail the box back, but it didn't get mailed. So I don't. We're probably going to bring it back with on the drive back if it fits. But I just was thinking a lot of her stuff is staying in New York, so it's not going to come back. So that's a good. I might be able to fit right in the car with us on the drive back. So, what was I saying? Oh, so they send me to the first class, and I am completely lost. Somebody ends up taking me. I'm so okay. You know how you can get really anxious and uptight about something new, something you don't have any idea about, and your mind can get all in what if something bad goes. I'm seeing these thoughts going, but it's not affecting my body because, excuse me, because I know that that's all thoughts. You don't have to be that connected to those thoughts. You don't have to, when you know that those thoughts are not who you are, you don't have to go down the river with them. So I'm literally being guided, and I see how many people are put in place just by me speaking up. I said, I don't have any idea where I'm going. She goes, I'm going that way. I'll take you right there. I can't tell you how many times. How many times that happened during the day. So I get in there, and they're taking a test. There's nothing to do. Nothing. So I see that there's still a link between getting paid and doing something, because there was an uptightness in this body connected to the thoughts of I need to be earning the money. It needs to be earned in a certain way. I have to be doing something in order to be paid for it. Literally nothing. So I was just sitting in myself, just sitting, just being. Yeah, it is a great feeling to just be. Not have to be doing. That's the number one thing the mind, our thought process has to, it believes it has to be doing something because it's so scary to actually sit by yourself with no one around. It doesn't want to, it's even scary to eat by itself. It's always thinking, I'm lonely. I'm not or there's something wrong with me. Somebody doesn't want to be with. It makes up all kinds of thoughts if you're just sitting alone. Every single one of those thoughts points you back to, that's not who I am. Every thought that comes up is not who you are. So if you pay attention to the thoughts and the agitation they bring in the body, you can take a breath, breathe, breathe. Judy, my friend Judy, who has the Dour Way, door, but she spells it Daur, so my mind, Dour. It's the door. You, that's the doorway into who you really are, which isn't those thoughts. Those thoughts are literally keeping you confined to a timeline. Here we go. That doesn't exist. A birth and death timeline. That's the me on this timeline of the cross that Jesus was on, the timeline, which that isn't real. It's literally imagination. Our imaginations are amazing. Amazing. Because it can create all of this. All of this that looks so real. But when, I don't know if any of you have looked into quantum physics, but quantum physics shows that at the subatomic particles and blah, 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 it goes down to quarks are the smallest particle, and then there's nothing. Dr. Dye used to call it pure potentiality. You take a tomato seed, it has pure potential of being a tomato plant. But inside that seed, as you go down to there's nothing in it. But a tomato grows out of it. Imagine. There's nothing in that seed when you get down to the smallest particle. It's nothingness. But a tomato grows out of it. Not a cucumber. A cucumber seed has nothing in it either, but the cucumber plant grows out of it, and then seeds come. The bees come. All of this is intricately, there isn't what I say a Fort Myers Beach grain of sand out of place. Nothing is out of place, but our minds think that like something comes up, like this mind came up with, well, it could have come up with, I shouldn't have had to go all the way there and then all the way back to where it happened at the end of the day. I walked, because I ended up with a blind boy. Had the best time with this kid. Started off in band class. I was supposed to be in the science class with a gentleman who I helped at fourth period. And I was coming back for sixth, or I don't know, one of the periods. So I went back there, but I told him I had to leave at such and such a time because I was going to help the blind kid. So I can't remember his name. It started with a J. Anyway, so I know a guy showed up in the room because I'm like, I have no idea where this band place is, and I have to be there at 2:15. So I ended up leaving there with this guy who had come in. He goes, I'm going right that way. I'll take you. Oh, this happened all day. Anyway, so I get there and we're in band, and I'm sitting with this kid talking, and such a what a sweetheart. And all the kids around him stopped to say hi to him. They only have 3 minutes to get to their classes. And they they if anybody bumped into him, oh, I'm sorry. There's the kindness. If they showed that kindness to the teacher, well, though, I have to say, the teachers are tough too. The teachers have an attitude towards the kids. I saw, they have because there are a lot that disrespect. They just are bored in these classes trying to learn something that they don't understand, and it's not I from what I observe, the taught being taught is it's not like it was when we were kids and the teacher was teaching us and we could ask a question and it's all computers. And do okay, I'm trying everything. There isn't a Fort Myers Beach grain of sand out of place. This is all happening. We have no idea why it's happening the way it's happening, but it's for the good. It's always for the good. Like, I was listening to this thing talking about the light. Okay, we've got light. So when there's darkness, that's another thing. Watched Moana yesterday. One of the classes I went to. Oh, shoot! I got 3 different thoughts going right now. I went to one of the schools, the school that I was there for 2 full days. The school that no, it was one. This week's supposed to be 2. The school that I was at last year when I was volunteering. As soon as I walked out that door, there were 3 of the girls that were in the class before, and they're like, Miss Laurie, good morning, Margie. Thank you for being here. It was so cool to see these kids in first grade. I missed you. There was a little one, Charlotte, that said that she wished I was her mom. Actually, I had a high school teacher, a high school kid tell me this week they wish I was their mom. I don't even know how to. Anyway, so, gosh. So there was the darkness. Let's go back to the darkness. And Moana. So in that school, we watched Moana because it was testing going on there too. So we had to take care of the kids from kindergarten through 2nd grade. They were interchanging, so we had to keep watching. We never got past a certain point in Moana, except when the kindergartners came in. We didn't start it from the beginning, so we got a little more of it. So I was like, God, I gotta watch this show because, the grandmother, she says to Moana, look inside to find out who you really are. And the ocean was her calling. But her father was like, no, you don't go past the reef or whatever. But they were grooming her to be the next leader of the tribe or whatever, of the island. And they were running out of food. Everything, coconuts were rotting. It seemed like the dark was happening. And when you have you can put the hugest dark room and one little iPhone light will illuminate. But you could have the lightest room. There's no amount of dark that can dim it. There's no amount of dark that can dim the light. And she gets to, at the very end, because Maui took the heart of the Nafiki or whatever, the other island that was lush and green. He took her heart, and it had to be put back. And Moana was the one who had to put it back. They thought Maui had to put it back, but it was Moana who ended up. The ocean supported her. When you have a mission, the ocean, the life, like whatever is running this show, supports you. And there will be challenges. But if you continue on this trajectory that you feel called to, life will support you. There's gonna be obstacles, but don't get down. And I'm talking to myself right now. I'm talking to myself. Don't get down by the obstacles. Just keep on going because life will support you. It is supporting you. Even the obstacles are supporting you. Even the obstacles. If it looks where your mind goes, oh, see, I wasn't, blah, 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 whatever. All of that is bullshit. All of that mind. Don't believe a thought that says something's wrong because it isn't. That's what gives us upset in the body is realizing or saying or believing a thought that says something is wrong. Like when I was talking with that Mrs. Hunter, she was saying, these kids don't speak English at all, and they've come in after the foundation is put, like the alphabet and spelling, and so my mind projected into the future of doom, and I could feel it in this body that something has to change. Something has to change in this school system in Florida. It's got to be everywhere, I would imagine. Or how are these kids gonna see? They're right there. How are these kids gonna? That's going into the future of doom. We don't know. The life force is supporting those kids too. It's supporting them. It doesn't have to be a certain curriculum that our minds think it has to be. Nothing has to be. Nothing has to be. There is room for the flow of life that knows what it's doing. It's us having to hold on to this rigid way of seeing things that isn't real. If you let go of the rigidity, if you let go of the rigidity of you thinking you know the way it has to be, woo, that empties the backpack full of boulders that you're carrying around. Nope, I don't know the way it has to be. I don't know the way it has to be because what Katie taught us is our I know mind is what causes us so much pain inside. I know it should be blah, blah, blah. Nothing should be any certain way. It is exactly the way it's meant to be. Even our president. It's meant to be. And when you argue with it, you're suffering inside. When you argue with anything happening in life, you're the one suffering, not the other person or not the situation. You're the one with all that angst and it shouldn't be this way. All of that. So, because in Moana, that I don't know. I can't even pronounce. I don't know the evil fire breathing, whatever the hell that thing was. I don't know if you guys have seen Moana, but it's a metaphor for life. It's totally the way life is going. That heart that Moana had to put back in her. She said she put her head up to that scary monster and said, "I see you. Who you really are is not that hard outer fighting life person. It's the heart that she's put back in." And all the green started coming back and the flowers and oh my God, it's It's a metaphor for our thoughts of thinking it should be a certain way and fighting covers the love that we are. All those thoughts of it should be covers, they should be this way, makes your heart dark and black. But as the light gets in, what I'm saying, just a little bit of this light needs to get in, unraveling the thoughts of it should be. No, no. Lori says it doesn't have, it's not the way it's exactly the way it's meant to be for you. We're not victims here. No one is a victim. No one is a victim. And your mind can come up with, oh, but what if the baby was neglected or what? You don't know what that baby is. Oh, I had a fleeting thought. Oh, it's gone. It was meant to be. But it'll come back if it's meant to. That's how you can roll with life. If it's meant to come back, it'll come back. If not, that's okay too. Can it just be okay? It's okay. That's my motto. It's okay. It's okay. If you can tell yourself when it gets all uptight about fighting something, it's okay. It's okay. If that could be your mantra inside, your little temple bell, it's okay. Even though the thoughts are it should be different than it is, or and then it goes into the future of doom. If we don't do blah blah blah, it's gonna be doom. No, it's not. The only doom is going on in your head. We are not in control of this life. That's another thing. Life is doing exactly what it's meant to do perfectly. But we think we're in control of it, and we're not. If you can let go of control and just let it be, how much more harmony would there be in your body if you just go with the flow of it? Can you imagine the harmony? So nothing has to be disturbed within because all of this hatred and fighting and trying to control it. If I don't control this, then can't feel that. I can feel my whole gut tightening. Just the projection of the feels awful inside. But when you take a breath and say, it's okay. It's okay. Feel the difference in your body. Then you can be alone in a room quietly with zero distractions. No TV, no phone, no nothing, just sitting by yourself, listening to the birds, listening to nature. Always gets you back to the now. Because we are that nature. We're not separate from nature. And when you fight nature, you suffer, period. When the hurricane happened here, Ian, the big one, I cannot say that I had a hardship at all. I basically watched this body be put where it needed to be in order to we made meals for the workers because my sister's place was totally flooded. The river came into her place. It was awful in the eyes of the mind that likes to see things a certain way. But you know what? She's gotten her house got back to a better way. She got all new plumbing, all new electrical. She got the kitchen the way she wanted it. It's a it's a more flow kitchen. She her bedroom, the door was in an odd place. Now they put it where because their shower, my sister's shower is all it's the back behind you where the faucet is rock. I think it's rock. And then coming out is all glass. And then the front looks out to the river. So when you're showering, you're looking ahead and you're seeing the river. It's beautiful because her glass doors out her bedroom are right onto there's the lanai and then the river. And you don't the the door, she always had to have the door shut when she took a shower because the door that you come into and where the dining room and kitchen is was right there. But now she moved the door more towards the lanai, the back of the house. So they don't have to shut the door now. They don't, well, they're by themselves now too, but they don't have to worry about anybody walking in. It's so, they just made it better. So Ian did them a favor. And now they have barriers. They have these new barriers that they've installed that go, oh my gosh, I don't even know how tall they are, but they go all the way around the house. They install them kind of like hurricane shutters, but their water can't get through. It's perfect. It's so cool. So now they don't have to worry, they're going to put those in and it'll be fine. If this happens again, I mean, what the heck? Normally, hurricanes don't hit the same place over and over. Usually there's some time between now Milton and Helene. I mean, listen, Helene didn't hit here. I think it was Tampa up higher. We just got a lot of rain and some wind, but it took out North Carolina, parts of North Carolina. There's no place that you can go that's safe except within yourself. If you know that the universe or whatever, God, whatever you want to call life, is not out to get you. It is not out to get you. It is for you. And that's how Moana, they were depositing. The ocean just kept depositing. It's so cute. It's such a great message. Anyway, that was quite the rant, huh? Do you guys have any questions? I don't know why I asked. Because nobody ever seems to have any questions. If you're still with me, you're waking up. Just know that. Because you wouldn't be able to entertain any of this that I'm saying if you weren't. Your ego, your thought process would be like, she's full of shit, and you'd be long gone. Love is threatening to the ego. Love, it needs control so bad that it is not going to if you're just a little bit willing, because you're not that ego. That's not who you are. That's the thoughts. That's the ego is made up of identities. Something about identities. We watch something and these people were devastated because their identities were gone. That is the best thing. That's what the scam did for me. Dropped the identities that Lori was clinging to because she thought she had to be a certain way to earn people's love. She wasn't enough. That's the bottom line to the ego. I'm not enough. In every single layer of identity, the body, the mind, the body, the way it looks, the way it acts. Oh my God. if it farts or burps. What? What? Every single person farts and burps. But we are embarrassed because we do? What? This society, this society is. What? Everybody's petrified of farting in public or burping in public. That's what this body does. It hurts to stop it. Anyway, that's actually the whole ego is built by needing to fit into a society. Like when I'm talking to Eli, my grandson, he's only 2. I said to him the other day, did you go to see the Sasquatch? That we have a Sasquatch at our property, and they go up there and see and go in the shed, and they're on the video but we didn't know. Peter doesn't have the alerts on anymore because a spider on the thing will alert us. So he doesn't have the alerts on, so we didn't know that they went up there on Monday, the holiday. So when we video chatted with him the next day, I said, you went up to see the Sasquatch yesterday? And then right then I went, yesterday? He doesn't have a yesterday. There's no yesterday for a kid, for a 2-year-old. That's foreign. And I really don't want, he's going to have a yesterday. It's coming. But that's why they don't hang on to what's happened to a me. There's no me yet. It's starting, of course, because he knows he's Eli. And that's just how we get indoctrinated innocently into this story of the me. We get indoctrinated into it innocently. That's why I can't hold. And when everybody's yelling at me or saying I did something wrong, I can't hold it against them because it's innocent. Every single person is innocently believing their thoughts. They don't know anything else. Until you do, how are you gonna know? Until somebody says, that thought's not you. You are not those thoughts. You are not that identity. You're the one that observes it all. Like this is a screen. Like the screen of, like you're being injected into a play, a movie of Lori. That's why every single person's movie is different. Everybody sees the world different. And that's where the ego wants everybody to see it the same. That's why there's so much conflict. You don't see it my way, so I hate you. What? When the whole time we're not separate from anybody. We're the same consciousness, the same nothingness as in that tomato seed. It's nothing. Who you are is not a thing. It's not going to be, your mind is not going to ever understand what you truly are. Because your mind, your thought process it's a program. It's whatever's been put in, just like a computer, whatever's been put in is what's coming out. But who you are can watch the program. You can watch it in front. You can watch it unfold, but you don't have to, like Jesus said, being in the world, but not of it. The body is being used to experience this life because God, the life force, the essence that we are, how is it going to experience anything when it is everything? It is everything and nothing at the same time because it's nothing. But everything that you see, that's being seen, oh yeah, that's so hard. I don't know if you guys, because it's not about understanding this. It's a feeling. It's an energy exchange that we're doing here. It has nothing to do with the mind. That's why I say don't hang on to what I'm saying. Just feel the freedom in it. Feel the essence, the mm, there's no word. There's no word for it. Feel the vibration. Feel the vibration. That's what it is. It's a vibration and a frequency. There's so many frequencies, like the radio. That's another video that I saw recently this week. Yesterday, Phoebe sent me. It's a frequency. The radio. There's all kinds of frequencies out there. That's what. So we're experiencing to the frequency that these bodies are attuned to, and that's why there's so much different people, different uh, uh words. There's so much different vibrations. There's different vibrations. So however your body is vibrating is what you're seeing. If you start vibrating, if you start taking understanding that you're not these thoughts that keep you their vibration down in the dark, it starts lightening. So your vibration goes up. And so you're seeing a different story based on the vibration that your body is carrying. Ooh. Does that make sense? It's so when the vibration is high, you understand where others are coming from. The others. I don't want to go in there. There really isn't any others. They're a reflection of you. When you have an issue, like if Patty, the lady who yelled at me at the Luke Bryan concert, her anger, if I was at the vibration of Patty, there would have been a fighting back. The me would have needed to defend itself because that's what it does. It feels threatened, so it needs to defend itself. That's where all war comes from. When you don't need to defend and you come from compassion, because I know that pain that she was trying to project onto me in the story of Lori, it was not held. It passed right through. So there was compassion for her because she knows, Lori knows, especially after the scam, there was a lot of thoughts being believed of how stupid, how worthless I am. That me felt unworthy to be alive. And this person is feeling that way, obviously. Raining again. Never did have thunder. But it's all wet out there, so it's a good thing I came in. Anyway, that vibration, the higher vibrations can hold the anger and the resentment from someone else because it's not holding the resentment and anger for itself anymore. That person is just a reflection of you. And if you're coming back fighting, that's the same vibration. You're at the same vibration as that person. There's the finger. They did it wrong when 3 fingers are pointing back, saying, no, it's you. It's you that's fighting, not the other person. She obviously was fighting, but Lori wasn't holding any resentment for her. I see her. Just like Moana saw the demon, the fiery breathing, whatever blackness that was. She saw her. She put her forehead right to her. I see you in a gesture of love, which opened up. That's it. That's it. All you need to do is look in the mirror at yourself, at your eyeball, and say, I see you. I see you. And when I say I love you in the mirror, I say, because you can only look in one eye. And it's funny in Moana, the crab that was in there, the crab was so cool. She's looking at him and he's got two eyes, googly eyes, and he's like, pick one. I can't look at you with two. That's what I say all the time. You can only look in one eye. And when they say, when I look into your eyes, you can't. You can only focus on one eye. So when you're, looking in the mirror, I look in the mirror and I say, I love you. I look in the opposite one eye and say I. The other eye say love, and the other one say you. It's just something that Lori does. It feels good. Feels good to say, I love you to yourself, to this body. When you love this body and mind, that's a powerful message contradicting what it's normally saying, because normally the thoughts are, first of all, I'm not good enough. That's the bottom line to the little me. I'm not good enough. Something's wrong with me. I can do it wrong. They can do it wrong to me. The victim story. That's keeping this in bondage. I love you. I see you. I saw Patty clearly. It was perfect. And then the other guy, which was even more. The way I look at it as the guy who was yelling at me the next time, and that lasted almost an hour. The way I look at it as like Moana going through all the trials to get to the love. Patty was the first in my face, in Lori's face. And the second one was, in case you didn't get that, I'm going to give you this one. And I got them both. Lori got to see the truth of what's going on here just a little more clearly. Just a little more clearly. I cannot tell you what that has changed. Going to these schools not knowing a thing, because that I know mine, controlling mine, would be miserable. Going to these different schools, not even knowing how to get in, never mind what's going to happen for the day. There's no prediction. No prediction. Your thoughts are constantly predicting, trying to predict what's going to happen for the day. And it can't. If there's a routine, it thinks it can. That's why it gets so angry when something's thrown in that isn't the norm. That's why it gets, go with the flow. That's why I said to Peter, I said, thank God I go with the flow, because that one where I was sent all over. I was sent all over hell in the beginning, and the same thing happened at the end. I ended up with the little blind boy for the rest of the day, so I didn't go back to the science place where the guy said, yes, you need to come back. So I could feel the uptightness inside wanting to go back, because he expected me to come back, but I wasn't doing anything wrong. That woman that was caring for the blind boy, who usually does, she had a bad headache and she just couldn't do it anymore. So she ended up leaving. So I was with him for the rest of the day. We had so much fun. I loved guiding him through and watching the interaction with the other kids and the respect they paid him, the love they showed him. That's not even respect. Respect comes from the mind. It demands respect, but it was love that they were showing him. He was He's so kind to everybody, and he's just getting that back. That's what happens when you show anger and resentment. That's what you get back. But I was in that classroom, that Mrs. Hunter, and I saw an exchange between two students. They were done taking the test. So one of the students, he turned around and the girl, he goes, "That's my pen. You took that pen from me." And she goes, "No, I didn't." He goes, "Yes, you did." And he turned around, he was all angry. And I just, okay. So what? That's the first. Anyway, so I said, because I had nothing to do. So I just sent love to the two of them. I just imagined both of their hearts and mine connected. I was sending them love. I'm not shitting you. It wasn't even maybe a minute later, she tapped him on the back and presented him the pen. What? That's the quickest that, because I've been doing this with my sister and brother-in-law, sending love. I actually have been sending love a lot of places lately now because I'm seeing literally that was within a minute. She tapped him because he was sitting there. He was so pissed off. He was like, I could feel that anger from where I was standing in the back of the room. And she tapped him, and within a minute, and gave him back that pen. What? Love is like the light. It can permeate the dark, but the dark doesn't have to permeate the light that you are. You don't have to let it. It can't really, unless you let it. Actually, unless you. What do you? Anyway, it's it's almost 10 o'clock. How the heck did that happen? It's unbelievable how fast this. They say when you're doing what you love, you lose track of time because time isn't really real on the timeline. It's gone. That hour goes by so fast. And when I get off this thing, I just feel so good. I hope all of you do too. I hope all of you feel the love that I'm expressing to every single person that's watching. If you know somebody who's down, who doesn't feel, who's having a hard time in life, share this with them. Share this. Let them hopefully feel the love that's here for them, because I've got it for every single one of you. Every single one of you is the light that I am. There is no separation. It's only our minds that separate. But you don't have to believe it. You can be in the world, but not of it. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Actually, you can send them to my YouTube channel. It's just Lori Tibetata. There are no other Lori Tibetata in YouTube. In YouTube land. It has my face. Anyway, I love you guys. See you next Sunday.